The orbit above Nova Terra was quiet. Only the faint hum of satellites and debris echoed through the void. Commander Eric Voss stood on the observation deck of Celesta Station, staring at the dark expanse of space. His heart beat faster than usual, for today, humanity would awaken something long forgotten. Something centuries ahead of its time, beneath the station. Hidden in a cloaked orbit lay the warship, its hull covered in a metal unknown to modern science. Its system slept silently, waiting. No human had seen anything like it. Even the engineers, brilliant and careful, treated it with a mixture of fear and awe. "Status report," Eric demanded. Lieutenant Mara Jin's voice came calm but tense. "All core systems are stabilizing, Commander. Power levels are at 78%. AI interface is responding to basic commands. The warship is alive." Eric felt a chill run down his spine. Alive, not like a machine, but like something aware, something watching. The crew moved with silent precision, activating energy conduits, aligning railguns, and initiating stealth systems. Every action was careful. A single mistake could awaken a defensive response, or worse, destroy the station, yet curiosity burned stronger than fear. Humans had survived centuries of oppression, and now they would master the impossible. The warship's hull pulsed faintly. Lights flickered across its surface. Strange symbols glowing briefly. Eric stepped closer, feeling the vibration in the floor beneath him. "Do you feel that?" he whispered. Mara nodded, her eyes wide. "It's reacting to us," she said. The AI interface had awakened partially, communicating in tones humans barely understood. Yet comprehension began. Suddenly, a section of the warship opened, revealing a cockpit far larger and more advanced than any human design. Control panels floated in midair, projecting holographic schematics of weapons, shields, and unknown systems. Eric's jaw dropped. It was more powerful than anything humanity had ever built. Centuries ahead, yet somehow designed for human use. The hum grew louder. Energy flowed through the ship like a heartbeat. Eric felt a strange connection, as if the warship was acknowledging him. He reached for the main control console. His fingers hovered over the interface. The warship responded, lights aligning, engines powering up, railguns charging automatically. The observation deck shook slightly as systems came online. Crew members exchanged glances, excitement and fear mingling in their eyes. "Commander," Mara said, "the warship." "It's ready." Eric swallowed hard. The galaxy had seen humanity struggle, seen humans survive, but no one had expected this. A faint transmission echoed through the hull. Not alien, not human, but something in between. A warning? A greeting? Eric could not tell, yet he felt certainty. This warship was a weapon, yes, but also a protector. A force that would change the balance of power. As the first thrusters ignited, the warship lifted from its hidden orbit. Shadows of centuries-old design glinting in the starlight. Eric gripped the console tightly. "Prepare for activation of all systems," he commanded. The crew moved, every person aware that history was unfolding before them. The galaxy did not yet know. No empire, no fleet, no alien overlord suspected that humanity was about to unleash a power centuries ahead of its time. And in the dark of space, the warship waited. Silent, deadly, and alive, ready to answer the call of its people. And the awakening had just begun. Deep inside the warship, humans moved cautiously. Commander Eric Voss led his team through corridors lit by strange, soft lights. Every surface hummed with energy. Every panel displayed unknown symbols. Even the most brilliant engineers were careful. The ship was alive, and it seemed to watch their every move. "Look at this," Lieutenant Mara Jin whispered. Pointing to a floating holographic schematic, it showed weapons, shields, and propulsion systems unlike anything humans had ever built. Some parts were simple, familiar, but others seemed centuries ahead. Eric's mind raced as he tried to understand. How could humans control such a machine safely? The AI interface flickered on the main console. Strange symbols rearranged into patterns humans could read. It responded to commands but also suggested actions. Warning: unfamiliar energy detected in propulsion array, it said. Eric frowned. The warship was teaching them, guiding them, but also testing them. Engineers worked tirelessly, recalibrating railguns, checking energy conduits. Every adjustment carried risk. One wrong move could trigger a defensive system or overload the entire ship. Yet human courage burned brighter than fear. They had survived centuries of oppression. And now they had a chance to master the impossible. The first tests began. A small drone was sent through the targeting systems. It zipped across the corridor at incredible speed. Eric and Mara held their breath. Then the drone fired a railgun at a training target. The impact was perfect. Precise, devastating. The crew stared in awe. Humanity had control over a power far beyond its time. Suspense grew as the warship's AI communicated in tones that sounded almost alive. It hinted at hidden capabilities, at secret weapons. Eric realized they were only scratching the surface. The warship held the key to defeating any enemy in the galaxy. If humans could learn its secrets, suddenly, a minor power surge jolted the ship. Alarms sounded, lights flickered. Crew members stumbled but recovered. The AI interface stabilized the system automatically. Eric wiped sweat from his brow. This ship is dangerous. But it trusts us, he whispered, and we must not fail it. Hours passed as humans explored the engine room. Weapon bays and control chambers, every system revealed more mysteries. They discovered energy shields that could withstand the strongest attacks, railguns that could pierce any armor, stealth systems that could hide the entire ship from sensors, and something far more terrifying, a mode the AI called Final Protocol, capable of galaxy-changing destruction. Eric gathered his officers. We must master every system, he said. The warship may save humanity one day, but only if we understand it completely, Mara nodded. The crew worked with renewed determination. Every engineer, soldier, and pilot aware of the stakes. The ship pulsed around them like a heartbeat. The AI seemed to anticipate their needs, offering guidance but never revealing everything. Eric felt a strange connection. The warship was more than a machine. It was a silent partner in humanity's survival and vengeance. As night fell over Nova Terra, the warship rested in orbit. Energy systems humming softly, humans trained, studied, and prepared. Each discovery brought new excitement and caution. The secrets of the forgotten tech were dangerous, but they were also humanity's greatest hope. And as Eric looked out at the stars, he knew the galaxy was about to change. The warship, centuries ahead of its time, had awakened, and humanity was learning its secrets, silent, clever, and unstoppable. The first steps toward power beyond imagination had begun. The hidden human fleet waited at the edge of the Orion Rift. Commander Eric Voss stood on the bridge of Shadow Sentinel, eyes sharp on the approaching alien patrols. The warship thrummed beneath his feet, alive with energy. Its systems pulsing, shields glowing, railguns charging automatically. The galaxy did not yet know what humanity had awakened. Stealth units. Flank their left side, Eric ordered. Railguns. Prepare for synchronized fire, pilots moved with precision. Shuttles and drones slipping through the void like shadows. Every movement was calculated, every strike designed to confuse and destroy. The first railgun blast tore through an enemy frigate. Metal twisted, Energy shields collapsed. Alarms screamed across the alien fleet. The attack was precise, fast, and unexpected. Alien commanders panicked, sending reinforcements too late. Humans had struck and vanished just as quickly. Eric's voice guided the fleet calmly. "Focus fire on command ships, do not hesitate," he said. Stealth bombers darted behind enemy lines. Drones disabled weapon systems. Smaller ships drew fire away from the main fleet. Every strike was deliberate, every move lethal. Alien leaders shouted orders in panic. Their ships attempted to regroup, but humans were already behind them. Stealth units struck from unexpected angles. Railguns destroyed reinforcements before they could react. The humans moved like a storm, relentless and clever. Then the warship reacted in ways even Eric did not anticipate. Energy flowed through previously unused conduits. Shields strengthened automatically, weapons reaimed themselves. The AI interface guided the crew silently. Humans and warship worked as one, unstoppable. The battle raged across the void, explosions lighting the darkness. Every destroyed alien ship was a warning. Humans had survived centuries of oppression, and now they proved that intelligence, courage, and strategy could overcome numbers. Even when facing superior fleets after the first strike, the fleet disappeared into asteroid fields. Alien commanders were left confused and bleeding. Eric's crew whispered among themselves, This is only the beginning," one said. Eric nodded silently. "We remain hidden until the next strike," he replied. The galaxy would not yet understand the full strength of humanity. Even as alien reinforcements approached, humans were already planning the next attack. Every ship, every pilot, every drone had a part to play. They were ready to strike again, silently and decisively. The eye of the warship hinted at greater power, a final protocol waiting to be unleashed when the time was right. The void fell silent after the first trial, but the echoes of human fire traveled across space. Ships destroyed, weapon systems disabled, fear planted in alien hearts. The survivors had shown they were clever. Bold and unyielding, humanity had begun its revenge. Eric looked at the stars beyond the fleet. The massacre and centuries of oppression had forged humans into something stronger. Silent, patient, and deadly, and now in the shadows, humanity struck back. The answer was coming, unstoppable and precise. The first trial in battle had begun, and the galaxy would remember it. The galaxy trembled as the human warship approached the alien stronghold. Commander Eric Voss stood on the bridge of Shadow Sentinel, eyes sharp on the vast enemy fleet ahead. Millions of alien ships filled the void, weapons glowing, shields humming. But humans were ready, clever, and fearless. "Deploy stealth units to the flanks," Eric ordered, railguns. Maximum charge. The crew moved with perfect coordination. Every maneuver precise, every strike deliberate. Humanity would face superior numbers, but they had skill, strategy, and courage. The first railgun blast lit the darkness. Alien ships screamed under the impact. Explosions flared, metal twisted, alarms shrieked across enemy vessels. Stealth bombers struck critical systems from behind enemy lines. The Council fleets reeled in confusion and panic. Rian's mind calculated every move. Focus fire on command vessels. "Concentrate. Do not waste energy," he said. The humans struck with speed and precision. Drones disabled key weapons. Smaller ships drew fire away. Every attack was clever, deadly, and unstoppable. Alien leaders shouted in panic. Their fleets tried to regroup, but stealth units struck from unexpected angles. Railguns destroyed reinforcements before they could react. Humans moved like a storm, relentless and precise then. A massive alien superweapon activated, glowing cannons aimed at human colonies. The crew froze, hearts pounding. Eric acted instantly. "Stealth units flank the generator. Railguns concentrate fire," he commanded. The human fleet struck like a hurricane. Railguns, bombers, and orbital defenses fired together. The super-weapon shuddered. Sparks flying across its hull. Finally, it exploded. Debris scattering across the void. The Council fleet panicked, scattering in all directions. Humans had won a key victory, but suspense remained. The alien superweapons were not all destroyed. Other fleets lurked in nearby sectors. Every human knew that the warship's power would be tested again. Eric observed the retreating enemy ships. "They will return," he said quietly. "But we are ready." Hidden bases repaired and resupplied ships. Young recruits trained tirelessly. Every human prepared for the next battle. The void fell silent. But the galaxy had witnessed human power. The forgotten species had struck with intelligence and courage. The warship, centuries ahead of its time, had unleashed its first full power. And humanity had survived and triumphed. Rian looked at the stars beyond the viewport. The galaxy had never seen a species like humans. They had survived oppression, rebuilt in secret, and struck decisively. Their ingenuity, patience, and courage were unstoppable. And the warship had shown them how powerful they could be. The War of Shadows was far from over, but humans had proven that even against overwhelming odds, they could fight, strike, and survive. The first true display of the warship's full power had begun. And the galaxy would never forget it. The final battle had begun. Commander Eric Voss stood on the bridge of Shadow Sentinel. Eyes sharp on the alien fleets ahead, millions of enemy ships filled the void. Weapons glowing, shields shimmering. But humanity was ready, clever, and unstoppable. "Prepare the coordinated strike," Eric commanded. Stealth bombers moved into position. Railguns hummed with power, orbital defenses activated. Every crew member knew their role. Every ship had a purpose. Fire and silence would speak louder than words. The first railgun blast tore through an alien destroyer. Explosions flared across the void, metal twisted, shields shattered. Alien commanders panicked, sending reinforcements too late. Humans struck with precision, speed, and intelligence. Every move was synchronized, every strike deadly. The warship's eye guided the crew silently, anticipating enemy maneuvers, adjusting attacks in real time. Alien fleets were overwhelmed. Stealth units disabled weapon systems, smaller ships drew fire. Every human acted with courage and skill. Alien leaders shouted orders in panic. Their fleets tried to regroup, but humans were always one step ahead. The warship reacted with energy pulses, shields, and railguns. Every strike more powerful than the last. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. Suddenly, the aliens activated their super-weapon, glowing cannons aimed at human colonies. The crew froze for a moment, hearts pounding. Eric acted instantly. "Concentrate fire on the generator. All units engage," he commanded. The human fleet struck like a storm, railguns, bombers, and orbital defenses fired together. The super-weapon exploded in a blinding flash, debris scattering across space. Alien fleets scattered, panicked, and retreated. Humans had secured victory. The void returned to silence. But the echoes of human power traveled across the galaxy. The forgotten species had survived centuries of oppression. Rebuilt in secret, mastered a warship centuries ahead of its time, and now proved their courage, intelligence, and ingenuity. Eric looked at the stars beyond the fleet. The galaxy had underestimated humans, but they had learned, adapted, and struck decisively. Nothing could erase humanity now. They had rewritten the rules of power. The crew celebrated quietly, every pilot, soldier, and engineer new history had been made. Humanity had unleashed its full strength. Aliens would think twice before challenging them again. The warship had shown its power, and humans had shown their courage, skill, and resolve. Eric's voice echoed through the bridge. Calm and proud, they tried to destroy us, erase our history, and instill fear. But humanity survived, mastered the impossible, and rewrote the galaxy. We are clever, we are bold, and we are unstoppable. The crew nodded, united and determined. The forgotten species had returned to the stars, stronger, smarter, and ready for anything. The galaxy would remember this day, the day humans unleashed a warship centuries ahead of its time, and proved that even against impossible odds, they could survive, strike, and conquer. Silent, precise, and unstoppable, humanity had rewritten the galaxy forever.